Abby, and today we're going to be learning about density using a little chemical experiment of lava lamps. This is the second experiment in your lab notebook, and we're going to be using oil and water. We're going to put them in a bottle and then add an Alka-Seltzer tablet to make this lava lamp. So pause the video here and write down your hypothesis, or what you think is going to happen. Now that you've written down your hypothesis and circled which one you think is going to be at the top of the bottle, we're going to go ahead and get started. So first, I lined up all of my materials that you can see on your list. I have my empty bottle, my water, my canola oil, food coloring to make it a little fun, and my Alka-Seltzer tablets, and a funnel to pour the oil and water into the bottle. Now that we have all our materials ready, we're going to start with our procedure, which is the steps that we're going to use to do the experiment. So the first thing is to use a funnel. We're going to put that in our bottle, and we're going to fill it about halfway with water. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, that looks about halfway. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add some food coloring. I've chosen to use blue, so I'm going to put a couple drops of that in there. Alright, give that a little swirl to get the color distributed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill the bottle the rest of the way with oil. As you can see, as I'm pouring in the oil, it's separating with the water, so they're not quite mixing, which is because of density. So you can see all of the water is at the bottom and all of the oil is at the top. Next step is to take our Alka-Seltzer tablet, which looks like this. We're going to break it into a few small pieces and drop them in the bottle one at a time. We have our pieces. Are you guys ready? See, it's going to sink all the way down to the bottom, and then you'll see these little bubbles start to form. Right. I'm going to add another one. You guys see that? Alright, I have two more little pieces I'm going to drop them in. And you can see now there are some little blue bubbles in the oil. At this point in the video, make sure you pause it and write down all of your observations. Remember, those are what you see, hear, smell. Now this experiment doesn't actually have any smell, so you can just leave that part blank. So remember, today's experiment was all about density. So density can also be explained as how heavy something is for its size. So if you look at the bottle, all of the water is at the bottom, meaning that water, they have about the same amount. So that means that the water in the bottle is heavier than the oil, which is why it sinks. And then when we added the Alka-Seltzer tablet, it formed little air bubbles, which are lighter than both the water and the oil, so it rose all the way to the top. So the air bubbles are the least dense thing. So now that we've done the experiment and you've written down all of your observations, at the very bottom, we're going to write our conclusion. So first, you're going to circle yes or no for your hypothesis being correct. And then you're going to do just a little explanation of why, using what I said earlier in the video.